Welcome to your weekend focus for February the 27th and the 28th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Okay, we have the full moon we're going to be talking about, but let's not start there. Let's start with the numerology. So we have the 27. Now, the 27 is a very fertile and promising energy. So that works really well with this full moon energy. And then 2 plus 7 is a 9. So how fitting that our full moon daily energy is a 9 energy. Now, the 9 is wonderful because it is not only about completions, but it's completions in order to start a new path, to open up space for something new, to plant the seeds, start to get the soil ready to plant the seeds for new beginnings, opportunities, relationships, ways of being, becoming. And if you do the numerology of the day, it is a 16 energy. That's very much about awakenings. Sometimes under the 16 energy, things happen in our lives that really disrupts our lives. We don't see it coming usually. But in hindsight, we usually understand that we weren't standing in our truth in some way. It was harming us in some way. It shouldn't have been our load to carry in some way. So the 16 energy never takes away anything that is needed on your path forward. Although we may not see it that way at the time. If you go into the Sunday, it's a 28. The 28 is completions, usually through unusual events. Things happen out of the ordinary that kind of leads you to a new spot, a new destination, a new path, a new opportunity, a new way of being, becoming, a new friendship, a new fill in the blank. And if we do the numerology of the day, it is an 8. So that is about walking with our integrity intact, talking with integrity. It's about recognizing and utilizing your strength, your courage to stand up for yourself, to take a risk on yourself, to understand the beauty of who you are, the uniqueness of who you are, your talents and abilities. Okay, we have the sun in Pisces and the moon is in Virgo. And we have a full moon at 8 degrees. So we're back to that 8 energy about having to move forward with an integrity, having to move forward with a strength and a courage. Now, I believe Saturn and Uranus are arguing up in the sky. We've had Saturn and Uranus so much in our full moons and our new moons. And it really, it gives us this battle, okay? And as much as we don't like the energy as much as trines and sextiles and conjunctions, and when we have these squares, when we have these little tiffs up in the sky, it forces us to look at ourselves. It forces us to look at, and under this full moon, I would think that we are going to be looking more at our obligations, our responsibilities, our work. Virgo's involved. It could have something to do with our day-to-day routines, our habits, our behaviors, work, yes, physical health, our well-being. But with Pisces in the mix, it's also asking us to look at our spiritual wellness. Our visions, our desires, our dreams. And are we allowing room for that? Is there a balance? Or are we just got the blinders on to, just go to the next paycheck or the next lump sum or the next, in order to make it through a couple of weeks, a month, the next year? I don't think we'll be very comfortable with the rules. I think we will be especially if it hampers our freedom, our creativity, our self-expression. I think we'll want to break those rules, those ones that limit us in some way, the ones that make us to conform and not allow ourselves to be free, not allow ourselves to feel that liberation. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. So yeah, there could be challenges definitely over the next several weeks for us. But I think with Uranus in the mix, it's a little easier to go with the flow. It's a little easier to step into new ways of doing or being. We have an acceptance of change that usually is not there for the average person. Look at this, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles says, think outside the box. So maybe it is breaking some of those rules that's very important right now. The way it's always been done maybe doesn't work anymore. Now, the King of Pentacles is a risk taker, but he's an educated risk taker. He weighs it out. He sees the good. He sees the bad. He looks long term. He looks short term. Usually with the King of Pentacles, we're taking something old and putting a twist on it, making it brand new, making it sparkle, making it being rebirthed in some way. And we have the Justice card. Well, we haven't seen the Justice card in a little while. Now, the Justice card is an 11 energy. We stand there with our sword. And it's time to cut away the things that no longer serve you, that no longer have value in your life. Maybe it takes up your time, your energy, your resources in a way that is detrimental to you. And it's time to, and it's not going to be easy, but we're going to see these things. We're going to see, where the change is needed in our life. And with Virgo, it's much easier to see what belongs and doesn't belong and act upon it. So the energy is with us to cut away those things. Maybe it's a behavior. Maybe it's a bad habit. Maybe it's an environment. Maybe it's just a perception of how you've been seeing things. Maybe you've been allowing yourself to become more negative because that's what everybody's feeding you around you. It's about, walking with your eyes wide open over the next 2 weeks and taking yourself off autopilot and seeing your little habits, your behaviors, what you do, what you don't do, why you do and don't do. And learning a little bit more about yourself and where you want to bring in change, new experiences, new opportunities, new relationships, new ways of being and becoming, health and well-being. And not only our physical health and well-being, but our spiritual health and well-being, our mental health and well-being, and bringing it all into a balance. I mean, Uranus is really about the balance of mind, body, and soul, and bringing that into balance. So with the Justice, we are making a plan. We are making a commitment to ourselves. We are saying, I'm going forward in this direction. And you get committed. You get determined. So walk within your integrity, but with the 8 energy, it's time to pull out that courage, that strength that lays within, and utilize it to move yourself forward in the direction you want to go. Our next card, look at this, 5 of Wands. Playful competition is usually what this card is about. It's about maybe brainstorming. I've been saying a lot about brainstorming with other people lately. It is in the energy. It is in the air. To reach out, to talk with each other, to communicate, to research, but this is, I don't want to go too far in that direction, although those are the things we need to do, because this card is saying other people. And it's not about just you shining. It's about everybody shining. It's about everybody bringing their best to the table. and creating something new and magical because of it. So epiphanies can happen, aha moments, revelations. Trust that they will. The Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is dreaming the big dream. Coloring outside the lines. Breaking through that glass ceiling. We see something about ourselves in our lives, in what we do, in how we do it. And we see how detrimental it is. We see how it has a negative effect on our lives, our person, our inner child, our spirituality. Can't believe I could say that one. And it's about nurturing ourselves and seeing how we can feel our freedom, how we can be our creative selves, our inventive selves, our unique selves, how we can allow our self-expression out amidst the rules of the planet, really, what you can do, what you can't do. Page of Pentacles. And I had this thing pop into my head where they're going in and they're showing you, you know, the orange juice that is $5 and then the unsweetened orange juice for $10, and how if you turn them around, the unsweetened one actually has more sugar in it, but they market it different. We pay more for the things, and we have to learn how to read our labels a little bit better. We have to self-educate ourselves. Maybe that's what it is for you, that you need to be more conscious of what you are putting into your body, into your castle is what I heard, and making yourself strong. This is about dreaming the dream. You have to have a passion. This is about new beginnings. In a full moon energy, I would have to say we are really going to be making some room for some wonderful new opportunities in our life, adventures in our life, relationships in our life. So dream it big. Dream it bigger than life. Even if you only get halfway there. Wow, what a journey. And don't think you have to know everything and how things come together. Trust me, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the step is ready to be taken, don't worry, the staircase will show up in front of you, or the path will show up in front of you. The doorway will show up in front of you each and every time. Our final card is, look at this, the Fool. So in a full moon energy, but I can't remember the last time we even had the Fool out and about. So I love these cards that have been gone for so long coming in now and really changing this energy around for us one day at a time. The Fool, it's about going forward. It's about going forward with what you actually need to go forward. Virgo will teach us that. What do we really need in order to go forward? You know, have you ever gone on vacation for an extended period of time, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and you cram everything in your suitcases and away you go, and you come back 8 weeks later to a house or an apartment that is fully furnished and has all these different stuff in it that you didn't need the whole time you were gone. So what do you truly need in order to go forward on this path? And what is just clutter in your life? What isn't needed? What isn't essential? What is weighing you down? It could be a responsibility. It could be an obligation. It could be a friendship. It could be an environment that you're allowing yourself to be in. The Fool is here to say it's time to go forward in new opportunities and new adventures, and clear the path and clear the clutter and get excited about where you're going and make a determination, make a commitment to yourself throughout this weekend, throughout the next 2 weeks, to change something in your life for the betterment of you. Maybe it's your time, maybe it's your energy, maybe it's your resources, maybe it's your spirituality. Something will get, you know what? I went right to the animal cards. I guess I got to do a mantra card for a full moon. I'm thinking I shouldn't, but it's usually when I go past something, I figure they know more than me. But we'll give it a fast whirl. We won't spend too much time on it. Of course, we will be doing a Journey of Love card at the end, because what is a full moon reading without our Journey of Love cards? I mean, it's just so spectacular how it brings it all together each and every time. Okay, let's cut the cards here. Intuition. Trust your intuition. Your intuition actually could be very strong with the planetary alignments the way they are. So you're very likely over the next couple of weeks to get a very strong intuition about what you should do, what you should say, where you should put your focus, where you should put your attention, what you need to leave in the past. Remember, the daily energy for this full moon is the 16. The 16 in the tarot card deck is the Tower. Things need to be torn down sometimes in order to build them back up stronger. Following your intuition, sometimes it looks like a huge hurdle that you have to cross, but in the long run, it's like, you're trying to, your dog jumps up on you. Let's say your dog jumps up on you. And you just push it away all the time, and you really don't take that time to train it, and you're always constantly pushing it away, and you're hoping that one day the bloody dog will figure it out that you don't like him jumping on you. But in the meantime, you go through this every single day, and it's a struggle, but you get it over fast because you get your message across to the dog not to jump, and it doesn't do it for the rest of the time, and then it forgets and it starts all over again. Or you actually take some of that time and put it aside, and you train your dog not to jump up, and you get the message across, and now the dog is very well behaved and does not jump up. And it seemed like you really were put out by having to take that time and energy and resources into training the dog, but the end result was that you never had to discipline your dog again. So sometimes taking the little extra energy or effort right now will be a bigger payoff down the road. So tackle that hard task that has been blocking you for days or weeks or months or years. Your intuition will tell you where you need to put your focus, where you need to put your attention. So trust your intuition. I guess your mantra would be, I trust my intuition in all things. My intuition brings me divine wisdom. My intuition leads me to the right situation each and every time. I trust my intuition to guide me in all areas of my life. So intuition is a gift that you come to the planet with. It's a divine intelligence guiding you in all ways. Thoughts, words, dreams, deeds. Everybody has intuitive abilities. And you may experience this as a gut feeling or even a hunch. And that may be very accurate indicators of the right choices for you. Practicing and exercising your intuitive abilities can strengthen these gifts, which can give you the advantage when making decisions. Developing your intuitive abilities is probably one of the most valuable things you will ever do for yourself. Intuition is a very accurate guiding force in all aspects of life and can contribute to your success and fulfillment. So trust in your intuition. Okay, we'll get our animals here. And then we'll go to our journey of love cards. So I think it's going to be very strong energy and very challenging energy for us this full moon. But there's a lot of opportunity. Because we see where we have been hindered. We see where we have been blocked. We see where we may have put a glass ceiling into place, or we allowed others to put that glass ceiling there for us. And it's breaking free. And it's finding the balance between doing the right thing and our obligations and our responsibilities, and feeling the freedom and the liberation and the creativity, and allowing out our inner expression to come out and become ourselves, to stand in our truth, to allow our inner child to lead us, while conforming in parts of society where we all need to conform to, right? Look at this. Be free. I kid you not. Okay. The hawk. There's a lot of hawks where I live. And I drive like a half a mile, or half an hour through country roads and farm fields in order to get to my place of employment, my day job, and home again. And it's just so beautiful and amazing. Beautiful creatures. Leader, initiate, impulsive, open, insight. There are many ways to be free. One of them is to transcend reality by imagination, as I try to do. The one thing about the hawk is very much like the eagle. They can go to great heights to see, the little mouse way down in the cornfield or something, and come in and just glide in and just perfectly executed. If you've chosen hawk, this card speaks to who you are. Hawk is protective, intuitive, and a leader. Hawk shows you are very responsible, intelligent, and yet very spiritual. And you observe the situation before reacting. Hawk may be telling you to look at the big picture before you react. Stop paying attention to every single little tiny detail. That's what I was trying to get at. That bird's eye view. It's so it's so full of clarity and understanding when it comes to the hawk and their vision. Stop paying attention to every single tiny detail. It helps to alleviate the weight that you feel around you and your life. Hawk wants you to work on adding some impulsiveness into your life instead of ritualistically walking through life as if it were a recipe that needs to be followed exactly. Don't you love how it all comes together? My goodness, I got goosebumps. There is a difference between being irresponsible and impulsive. So don't fret that the hawk is telling you to change. She's only telling you to free yourself from narrow-minded people and small thinking. Be free. Hawk is often seen as a messenger from the other side. If you've chosen this card, it means that there is a spiritual awakening that you are being asked to open yourself up to. It could be you went through a trying, difficult time and you're simply going through the motions. Hawk asks you that if you are being authentic to your true soul self. If the answer is no, work with Hawk to get back to the intuitive person that you are by possibly taking a class on mediumship, psychic development, or even personal development. Okay, I can't wait now to see what our Journey of Love card is. So Virgo will give us the tools, the techniques that we need to bring into our day-to-day lives. And Pisces will give us the tools and techniques for our spiritual lives. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Okay, out of room. I put the deck back there, and the card we grabbed, gifts received, and the 13 energy. The 13 energy is very much like the 16 energy. Many times we feel like we're having bad luck when it's actually putting us in the perfect position to walk into an enhanced, beautiful, fertile, creative atmosphere, world, reality. Gifts received, 13. It's a very young card in the deck. Oh, it's very short, too. The poem is short and the write-up, so. And I have to go completely by the book here because I could not do what these people do. It's just a beautiful deck, really. If you ever wanted a very personal deck for yourself, to pull a card and reflect on it and meditate on it and to think about it. This is a deck to do it with. The wind blows softly through the grass, and my open heart, love, unexpected. So it's Journey of Love. I think the box looks very much like that. Okay. Alana Fairchild, Ross Hill, and Richard Cohen. It's just a gorgeous deck. So I don't get anything back from that. But if it helps you, that's wonderful. Relax. It's okay to accept what's coming your way now. Gentle your soul, steady your heart. Even the most precious treasure can be received by you. Why not? Are you not built of the same stuff as that treasure, beloved? It's all love, after all. That is all there is. Enjoy, accept, rest in the knowledge that you are being invited into a sanctuary of abundance, peaceful rest, and replenishment now. It's just time. This oracle holds a message for you. The universe is trying to get something to you. More abundance, more love, an answer to a prayer. Sometimes the healing comes in unexpected packages. Sometimes we try so hard to find the answer, exerting so much effort to receive, that we make things harder for ourselves than they need to be. So relax. Have some fun. Be at peace. Everything is working out just fine, and there's a nice surprise coming your way. So going with the flow. If you have a disruption in your life, go with the flow. Know that it's meant to move you in the direction that you want to go. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.